Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good morning, or good afternoon, or maybe good evening, whenever you watch this video. And in this video, I will try to tell you about some common problems that happen or that in experienced by students, not or also sometimes by me when we write. Okay. Um, okay. Let's just check the file that I sent you in the group and see the first problem. The first one is sentence fragments. Fragments itu bagian ya. What it means. So many beginning writers make the mistake of writing sentence fragments, groups of words that are not complete sentence. So what fragments is? Apa ini maksud dengan fragments? Ada di sini. So fragments are a group of words that are not complete sentences. Okay, so you have to remember that a complete sentence, even if it's a simple sentence, it should include subject and verb. Okay, you go. That's a simple sentence with two words, but that's a complete one. That's a complete sentence with a complete idea because we know who and we know what that person will do. Okay, I said you go, so that person have to leave the room. Okay, that's a complete sentence, even if it has only two words. Okay, however, there are many students write a long sentence with many words to read, but then it's not complete. It's just a sentence fragment. Okay, so this is example. This is the complete one. So John works on Tuesday, so it's complete. There is a verb, there is subject, and there's a verb there, and even there is a adverb of time. Okay, the sun shines. So this is like you go. It's just that the verb is in phrase. Okay, the sun, and then shines is the verb. Okay, but then there is this word, this sentence, that this incomplete sentence. Rainy every day last week. Rained every day last week. Sally and Minju every day. For example, cakes and cookies. This is very common happen. For example, cakes and cookies. Okay? By the time I get to Phoenix, it's all it's all in complete sentence, although it seems like it's a sentence, but actually it's not. Okay, so let's just take for the first one. Rained every day last week. Rained every day last week. If in Indonesian sudah jelas banget ya, hujan setiap hari, minggu lalu setiap hari hujan gitu kalau di bahasa Indonesia ya. But in English it's not complete because we have no subject here. Okay, so here you have to use it. Okay, so it rained every day last week. It's complete one. Kalau yang Indonesia paling sering itu biasanya kalau dia prepositional phrase. Okay, apa ya? In my village is how to say? In my village is not crowded, for example ya. In my village is not crowded. Jadi dia menganggap bahwa kata in my village is a subject because there is a phrase there, my village. Okay, but you have to remember prepositional phrase. You have learned about prepositional phrase, right? So prepositional phrase is a phrase started with preposition. So in the sentence that I mentioned before, in my village, it's a prepositional phrase because there is preposition in my village. This phrase cannot be a subject. Okay, so if you say in my village is not crowded, it's wrong because there is no subject in that sentence. Okay, you just have in my village, which is a verb of place, and then you have is, which is be, and then not crowded is a complement. Yeah, it's just a complement. but you don't have the subject. So that's why it's just a sentence fragment, like the examples on the file. Okay, so that's one common mistake. The next one, okay, maybe some of you asked about this one. What about by the time I get to Phoenix? Yes, and maybe this is complete one because there is subject there and there is verb there. It looks like that, but it's not complete. You can see the example here, the explanation here. By the time I get to Phoenix, saat saya tiba di Phoenix, and then what? So it's not clear. It's still incomplete. It's still incomplete sentence because it has incomplete, because it doesn't have a complete idea. Okay, just like what I found in your writing, because or let's say because I want to do that, full stop. So because is the first word of the sentence, and then because I want to do that is this, the sentence is stop there. It's not a complete sentence, although it has subject and verb like this one, because again the meaning is not complete. Jadi kenapa? Because I want to do that. Iya, kenapa kamu dulu mau, karena saya mau melakukan itu. Ya terus kenapa? Apa efeknya? Kayak gitu. Itu, so it's not complete. Sama kayak ini. By the time I get to Phoenix, it has subject, it has verb, but again because there is a conjunction there, by the time, it make that clause a dependent clause, which means it has to be attached to another independent clause. Okay, to make the sentence has complete a full meaning. So that's why by the time I get to Phoenix is wrong sentence. It's just a fragment. The second error is choppy sentences. Yeah, I found this quite a lot in your writing last week. My name is Acho. I was born. My name is Acho. I like reading in my room. I don't like blah blah blah. I apa ya terlalu how to say, it's too short. Okay, so choppy sentence are sentences that are too short. Okay, so the sentences that you write, actually you can combine that in one longer and better sentence to read. Okay, kalau kayak gini misalnya, I like dogs. Dogs make good pets. Dogs are friendly and loyal. It's correct grammatically, but not really good in reading. Okay, so you can change it. I like dogs because they are friendly and loyal. Okay, these two traits makes dogs good pets. It's longer, but then it's good to read. There is a flow, ada alurnya, ada apa ya? Bagaimana kalau kita membaca ya? You can just feel it by yourself though. Okay, silakan dibaca coba. Apa bedanya, perbedaan antara dua yang ini dengan ini tuh kelihatan sekali. Okay, you can feel it by yourself. Jadi that's choppy sentences. So please make use the conjunction. Pakai conjunctionnya lah. Jangan terlalu ragu memakai conjunction. Okay? Just make sure you use the correct one. The next error is stringy sentences. Apa maksudnya? Producing a very long sentences which consist of too many independent clauses which are connected with and, but, or because. Okay, this is let's say wordy, too long sentence. Yeah, ingat you have to remember that when I read your sentence, your writing, I am breathing. Ya, saya bernafas gitu. Jadi, for example, let me show you how difficult to read this one. Okay. Taking a bath every day is very important for personal hygiene, because if a person doesn't bath every day, they could become sick and they would start to smell really bad, and people would give them very funny looks and not want to be around them. Whew. That's how I read this one. It's too long. I can't breathe. Okay, so that's why it's called like this one. Terlalu panjang. And it happened to you. I found it not only in you but in your 10 years writing. So be careful, please. After you think, sorry, after you think you finish writing your assignment letter, please reread it again. If you feel difficult to read it, then change it, okay? Because it might be too long. Be careful. So the first one is too short, and this one is too long. So be careful, okay? Jadi bisa kamu lihat aja ntar lah bagaimana ininya perbaikannya ya. The next one is run-on sentences. Run-on sentences is to send. There are two independent clauses. Okay, let's just read the definition here. Run-on sentence consists of two or more independent clauses with no punctuation. Okay. For example, my mother likes to cook and she cooks delicious cakes and cookies. In a run-on sentences, because these two clauses are two independent clauses. Kalau two independent clauses digabung dalam satu kalimat, you have to use comma here. So my mother likes to cook, comma, and she cooks delicious cakes and cookies. Okay. So run-on sentences can be corrected in one or three ways. You can check here. Jadi bisa pakai period. You can use a subordinating conjunction to connect the clause or by adding extra words. Okay, so my mother likes to cook. Nah, dia milih di sini untuk memisahkan dengan titik. Ya, my mother likes to cook. Her cakes and cookies are especially delicious. Yang pertama ya. Jadi dipisah. And then I love the smell of the house whenever she is baking something. Whenever she is baking, because it makes my my mouth water. Okay, so ada change yang pertama. Jadi bisa juga kamu pakai koma, tapi harus pakai ada tetap you still use the end ya. Jadi kalau pakai koma tidak boleh hilang conjunctionnya. You have to still use the conjunction if you use the comma. So you can say my mother likes to cook, comma, and she cooks delicious cakes and cookies. Ya boleh lah kayak gitu ya. Tapi ini dia ubah juga sih, jadi fokusnya bukan ke she cooks-nya, tapi the focus adalah apa yang sudah jadi. Okay, so her cakes and cookies are especially delicious. So that's run-on sentence. The next one is this is comma splice kayak tadi. So it's berkaitan sama yang tadi ya. So it's related to the previous one. Silakan dibaca aja untuk yang itu. Saya mau ke agak banyak biasa yang salah itu yang this one, parallelism. Okay, so parallelism is writing the repetition of the same grammatical forms of structure. That's parallelism. When listing the items that are be compared or contrasted. Ini cirinya kalau kamu pakai and. Okay, so if you use and, you have to make sure that the words on the list are in the same form. So for example, Alice enjoys cooking, sewing, and knitting. So nggak boleh berubah menjadi cooking, sewing, and to cook. You can't use that. You can write it like that. Okay. Mana yang agak panjang-panjang? Ini kayak the gymnast moves gracefully, powerfully, and effortlessly. So semua harus dalam bentuk adverb, tidak boleh dalam bentuk kemudian di bawahnya kamu pakai preposition lalu ada adverb. No, it has to be in parallel form, harus dalam bentuk yang sama. So parallelism is achieved with the use of coordinating conjunction like this one and correlative conjunction. This is the conjunction that you have to remember. When you use this one, that means you have to use parallelism in your sentence. Okay. Yeah. I guess that's all maybe from me. So just try to show you some errors that are made by students, and I found it also in my teaching, not only in this semester but also in some previous semesters before. Thank you.